All right, let's get going. I'm only a couple minutes late. Hello, everyone. OBS. There you go. Good job. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to How Not to LCnP. What were we doing last week? We had a lot of failures last week. Yeah, we had a failure on the Gamma Boost 1, almost cost us a crew member. But we've got a replacement. I just don't think that we have a crew member who's ready to go. Yeah, Mandy Krieger is inactive until 5 June 63, and Myers doesn't complete her training until 28 June, and it's 7 May. So we got 30 days to sit around and wait for one of them so we can get some motion on our crewed program. On our uncrewed program, yeah, we are about refurbishing the M50. It's actually the S52 T25 Lunacoms because we had a failure on a 107. Yeah, one of our booster engines failed on ignition, and before that we had one of the RDO 105s fail on orbital insertion. And what else we got going? Infrared Alpha will be done June 1. And I do believe we have other stuff to do along the line of that program. Let's take a quick look at admin and see what we got for that. Okay, good. Nobody has retired. Active programs, early Earth observation. This is the stuff we're doing right now. We got to do the Cherenkov detection, the magnetometry satellite, which I think we have that in orbit. It's just not completing its radio in for some reason. And infrared radiometry, that's one that's being built, and we'll probably just edit our magnetometry satellite to do the Cherenkov detection, something like that. Yeah, we've done nothing on this, but we've only had it active about 4 months, and crewed orbit. We're almost done with that. We got a year and a half left on funding on that program, so we're doing great actually. We 2 years left on this, 3 missions to launch. 2 missions to launch, 1 mission to shore up. Let's actually jump out to that flight and see if we can't, I don't know, convince it to finish its job. That'd be something, right? It should be close to the bottom of the list. Fluxfell? Was it? Was that it? Yeah, before that's Moonshot. And then we got, oh man. I'm sorry. While we're here, Gamma Boost 2 probe terminate. Moonshot 7 probe terminate. Gamma Boost 2 probe terminate. We're just gonna clean some stuff up here. Anything that says probe behind it can probably go. Yeah, that should be a probe. Whoa, okay. That zoom picked up. Yeah, that's our orbital insertion stage. Terminate that. Fluxfell, sat. Yeah, that one's in the broader orbit, and it has comms right now, so let's just scrub that mission and then go jump out to this thing and see if we can actually get it to radio in. I don't know, something. Simev told me last week that I need to find some other satellite that had the same experiment on it that probably ran out of battery or was otherwise, just dead weight up there. That may have been holding on to some stuff. Magnetic scan waiting. You're not going to give me this contract complete, are you? Not you, not you. Gravimetric satellite. Is that what we're doing here? I thought so. That was magnetic scan. 2 months of orbital perturbation. That's not what we're doing here. And it's not that one. Magnetometry. Yeah, 75% of magnetic scan science from high Earth orbit. Pretty sure we did that. Well, we'll let this thing reorient into the sun, and then we'll time warp it up and see what the info says. I don't know. Are you? What's going on here? Activate avionics. Yeah, now I hear the RCS chiming away. Not much fuel left in this little guy, so hopefully you'll get your stuff sorted out here, bruv. Alright, you good? Nope. It's like, I like that it saves the fuel, I just wish it did it faster. There's our low pass. This will switch over any minute now. Boop, boop, boop. Oh yeah, 8.4 to 8.3, so we've definitely got it. I don't know, maybe we just launch something else with a orbital perturbation on it, just to, I don't know, shore it up, get the experiment done a bit faster. Ay. Whatever. Back to the Space Center, I suppose, because, yeah, I don't know what else. I cleaned up a little bit of stuff. I didn't think anything else was at a high enough inclination to do that experiment, but I could be wrong. Mr. Mark, huzzah! How's it going? Good to see you. Welcome. It's ComSat. The ComSat stuff should be empty. And good night. Thanks for coming by, Mark. Always a pleasure. See you next time. ComSat, 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 Coms 1, Cosmic Girl. That was, that has to be a failure, right? Or no, that was the original Cosmic Girl. I'm trying to, like, terminate the mission from here. That's just dumb. I don't know what could possibly have that experiment on it that's still flying. So, I don't know. I guess we launch another one. I don't know really what else to do. Another one with better comms. We did unlock some rocket tech, and I did build some optimized variants of our rockets, but I left the flash drive somewhere and can't find it. So maybe we spend some time doing that later on. I guess we just wait the month and do our crewed flight. Not a whole lot else we can do except get this thing refurbished. That'll take a little bit of time. Comms recovery. There we go. Edit. Yeah, this will take some time to load because this is the big boy. Ba-doop. Yep, and it puts it halfway into the dirt. Now, which one of you fuckers failed? Do I even really have to replace these things? I'm hoping that I don't. I don't know. Because, yeah, it's not going to show me their T-tab or whatever. Does anyone know? Do I actually have to pull the engines off and drop new ones on? That's just kind of what I've been doing out of, like, habit. But I don't know if it's, strictly speaking, necessary, so... fine. All these engines are placed on, and... You know what? Nah, we just hit, save, and then open, and we just load a new iteration of the save file, or of the craft file, sorry. Yeah, we will do that. It's going to be M52TU25, Luna comms early, lower L, big C, big E. I guess I could do Luna comms final because I got it now. There's a lot of tooling there that hasn't been tooled. Apparently there are some other changes because that cost difference is just insane. So, boom, there, done. Oh man, but hitting save means that if the engine... It's not how that's gonna work, right? It's totally not how that's gonna work, right? Shit, I probably just shot myself in the foot with that, but yeah, hey, we'll run the experiment. It'll only cost us a couple of weeks in rollouts and rollbacks. So, boom, and done, and roll out, warp to complete. Let's get her out on the pad. See if we can make some magic happen today. All right. Gotta stretch out my back. I've spent way too much time this weekend sitting badly. Learn good posture when you're young, because when you're old, oh, it just hurts so much worse. Alright, mech jab, scent guidance, please. So, jump out here to map view. Moon, set as target. I would like to launch into the plane of said target. Engage autopilot. 180 by 180. Do we have a stop at stage 3 is in effect? Yep, that looks good. Hopefully that'll be, I don't know, good enough-ish. Perhaps isn't? Maybe? Okay. One more minute. Yeah, daytime launch because it's, I don't know, it's May. Summer-ish. Summer enough. Alright, come out of time warp, 7 seconds left on the counter. I'll get things ready on the abort button just in case everything sucks today. Also, some more green across the board, all engines running, thank God. Throttled up, clamps. Clamps are off and we are moving. Yay! Jesus. 134 already. Yeah, this is a lighter version of the original payload that I built for this. Had a lot more science on it, and man, Tuffix, did you get worse, or is my monitor just failing? Seems like there's a whole lot of artifacting going on. I wonder if you guys, are you guys seeing this too? That is very interesting. Sorry, we might have to mess with this. Default flight, that's what we're already on. Change edit mode. Oh, Simav, what was the thing that you told me to disable? Ambient occlusion. Or enable, maybe? Noise filter tolerance. I don't see that having much of an effect, but hey, whatever. Upsample tolerance. Okay, let's... Nope. Oh, wow, that's awful. I wish I knew literally anything about any of these settings that I'm playing with. Autoluminescence. You know what, I'm just not gonna sit here and mess with this forever because that's painful. Almost as painful as some of these graphical things that I'm seeing. Which, man, ouch. It's gotta be an interference with scatter. Maybe they just don't play nice together? I don't know, I'd like more info. Or maybe a Tuffix config isn't terrible. If somebody out there could maybe help me out with that. Why does that look so much worse? I don't know, maybe is it maybe it's my monitor and everything's okay for all of y'all? I can hope. Well, that looks okay. You zoom out a little bit, and it's the maybe we remove that ridged texture on these tanks in hopes that clears it up a little bit. Anyway, 27 seconds until booster separation, and we get, I don't know, 25% of our frame rate back. Always a good time. Let's... Oh, I can't wait to... Yeah, remind me to upload my log to the, the RO records thing or whatever. I just want to see the solid wall of Agathorn tags in my launch history from last week. So many failures. I think, what was it? We had 3 RD-0105s, 3 separate RD-0105s fail, and a 108 or 107 failure. We were really pushing the boundaries there. All right, staging, boosters, clearing away. So far, so good. Amp up the time warp a little bit and get this show on the road. I think we can probably leave it in 2x phys warp until we get to stage set. In which case, I'd like to slow it down just to see if, just to make sure maybe that both of our engines light, we get clear ullage and a good push on the twin 105 stage. Which, yeah, I guess that's the other conversation we need to have at some point today. Is we're going to start thinking about an upgrade for the twin 105s, and we've got a couple of engine candidates in mind. The LR91 is certainly one of those candidates. It's, I guess, what I've used on the last 2 or 3 playthroughs as the upper stage for basically this exact same vehicle that I've built once and then just keep rebuilding because I love it that much. I thought about doing twin X405s just because I've never done it before, and I think mixing Russian engines with an American upper stage is a good penance for me for starting with so much money. That was a bit energetic. Oh, the fairing sep? Yes. Gotta make sure they don't get stuck on things. Also, we're in 2x phys warp, but yeah. I see what you mean. Alright, 26 seconds to staging. Let's pop it out of phys warp before I forget. Oh, what was my third candidate? The RDO 110, I think it's what it was. Which I think is by far the the best engine, but then I'm like, man, I'm just launching R7s from Cape, which is like Cheaty McCheaterson over here. Staging ullage motors, good light on both 105s. Ullage ring is away, and we are in motion. We still got plenty of margin left on the board. Excellent. Ramp back up the phys warp and hope to goodness that neither of those 105s fail on our push to orbit. Is it rolling intentionally? Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's bouncing left and right on the roll, so I don't know if it's intending to do this. If it's like, you'd think if it was fighting an induced roll, it would be pegged off to one side. But it does seem to have mitigated the spin. Odd that it chose this angle, but okay. Is it rolling back, or is it... I don't know what the hell it's doing. Not making up its damn mind, that's what it's doing. Oh god, did I ever forget to adjust these? Okay, good, they are set to HTP. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to deal with a wiggle. We canted these engines out a little bit, just to, in case one fails, maybe the gimbal on the other one will be able to keep it from going completely kooky, but, you know, hey, maybe, I doubt it. Expecting those little Vernier engines on those 0105s to keep up with anything is asking way too damn much. They're more of a suggestion than actual rocket guidance. How's it going, Tyrannosaurus Studios? Good to see you. Welcome. You see the gimbal on stage 2 of Starship on set? No, not really. Because I watched like I don't know, the black and white super zoom in footage where you could see like the flare and all the cool stuff, but I didn't specifically see the engine's gimbal. I imagine there was a bit of kick there. Alright. EFT is clearing away. We are pushing the rest of the way to orbit. Hopefully. Fingers crossed this time, eh? So I imagine the gimbal on the stage 2 of Starship on SEP was kicking out pretty hard. Yeah, don't the Raptors have like some ridiculous gimbal range? 15 degrees? Am I pulling that number out of my rear? Gimbal outward, so the stage 1 stayed intact. Oh, so all of them, all of the three Atmo engines at the center of the core gimbaled all the way um, anteriorly, all the way out, so that they wouldn't completely kick the booster right in the face. Displayed outwards. Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to take a closer look at that. Hey, we made it to orbit. 600 meters per second left in the tanks. That's fantastic. Ascent guidance, you can go away. RCS to arm and quick save. Go. Stage set. We have no comm, so I can't pull us away. And let's make a mode to buy home and transfer to the next target. Nodes in 48 minutes. Not great. We're gonna have some boil off, and I don't remember if this is the version I optimized for that or not. Here's hoping. 3135 on the board. We've got 5,200 meters per second on the clock there. And only one sad little ignition. So let's take that as a chance to edit this node. We actually want to come into the moon polar if we can. Which, like, this makes it the worst place to do these kind of adjustments, but we've got so much excess here. Oh, come on, really? Give me this thing then. We'll kick that up a bit, which I guess this is definitely the worst way to go about this. I figured if you give it a degree or two kick up. And do we need to... Whoa! Okay, what the... I actually thought about which way I wanted to approach this, and now I've forgotten. I guess, yeah, we just keep adding energy here until we get something. Toby, how's it going? Welcome. Good to see you. And then take more... Nah, yeah, now we're going to have to do this at the midpoint. Whatever. It's fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. And honestly, if we set this node on impact, that way we can properly dispose of our transfer stage. So let's go ahead and hit execute next node, please. Let's let this thing go to work. Hopefully this 105 won't fail us. I'm a little bitter. Just a little. Just a little bit. How's everyone's weekend going? I love my my quarter ton of lattice work here that looks fun and I enjoy it, but man, costs so much Delta V. You know, it's just going to bed 2 a.m. Ouch. Yeah, just going to bed at 2 a.m. That sounds like a good weekend, actually. What am I saying? I thought you meant like right now it's 2 a.m. and so you're going to bed. I'm like, oh man, that ouch. Go to bed, yeah, it's 2 a.m. But if you spent all weekend going to bed at 2 a.m., that sounds like a success. I got 3 months of Apple TV for free, so I am watching For All Mankind for the very first time. And very much enjoying that. I know, I am so super late to this party. So, no spoilers, please. I haven't seen it, and I've avoided it this long, so, you know. Alright, yeah, we will wait to boot up all of our science kit until we get to where we're going. Geiger Mueller. I guess we could run you. Unmet requirement. Of course not. Oh, you've got some, like, stupid specific requirement about eccentricity or altitude. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's 2 p.m. where you live. Nice. Motherfucker. I wish I had 2 more hours today. Oh. Thank goodness. Good light on the 105. Now we have to actually monitor fuel consumption because these will not auto-deploy. Working on a new Kerbal install. Nice. Good luck. Only just started on the Expanse books, dude. That's way late. Fair enough. I'm glad I'm not the only lazy person when it comes to consuming media. I've also been spending a disproportionate amount of time trying to figure out why an aftermarket fuel gauge on a buddy's car is just not cooperating. So, like, I don't know. I guess the whole big long backstory for my fight with this fuel gauge is that when they brought the car home, the car showed like just below a half a tank, and he drove it all the way home from like the middle of nowhere, Missouri, back to the city, and it still showed just a little below half a tank. Anyway, in the course of normal events, ended up replacing the gas tank, the fuel pump, and when we were tearing this all apart, we had the sending unit out, and the sending unit was completely just stuck. Like, the float just didn't move at all. Haven't played in a few months, so it's about time to get into it. Oh, of course. I say, I can walk away from Kerbals for maybe 3-4 days at a time. And then I'm like, you know what? I need to... Hold on, let me go try this. So anyway, the float on the fuel sending unit was completely stuck, so I took that whole thing apart. I cleaned the contacts. I, sanded the float arm thing so it moves freely now. We put it in the new gas tank, put it all back together. Car runs fine. Fuel gauge just shows empty all the time, and we know for a fact it is topped off completely full. And so I went to go take a meter to it at the gauge, and then I was getting ohm readings that are just crazy. And for those of you who are super curious to know, your fuel gauge, it's basically like it's a variable resistor. It has a range. Like when it's full, it'll send it'll give a certain amount of ohms resistance to ground, and when it's empty, it'll give like a different value, and it kind of like it creeps between those two. So your fuel gauge needs to know like how many ohms is full and how many ohms is empty, and it'll work the rest out. And so I saw that it was acting weird, disconnected everything, was getting readings that are like within factory spec at the sending unit, but getting crazy stuff at the gauge. But if I unhook the gauge entirely, those readings get normal-ish again. Stage, goodbye fuel testicles, where the energy is stored. Been playing too much Stationeers, must get back to KSP over Christmas break. Fair enough. Stationeers is a fun game. I cannot fault you one little bit for that. Yeah, so I went and picked up a different fuel gauge just to see. And yeah, no, that one reads empty all the time too. So now I'm at the part where, like, dude, I'm just going to have to run new wires for everything and hope to goodness we don't have to pull the gas tank apart to get you a new sending unit, because that's going to suck. So that's been my weekend. Okay, abort node execution. Let's kill that. Can't. Remove all nodes. Where are we going? Oh, hey, impact. Perfect. Let's just leave well enough alone here. Kill rotation. Let's see how much that deviates stuff. I'd like to dispose of this upper stage in some appropriate manner, but I also would like to save all the fuel that we have in our orbital insertion. Oh, wait a minute. No, we don't need to come in polar because I don't think this has the orbital perturbation experiment on it. It does not. Fantastic. Okay, so, tilde. We want to save as much fuel as possible to bring this thing in. So, I don't need to do anything other than adjust my course. So, hold on, focus view. Let's, do we have comms? We do not have comms. We have throttle, though. Yeah, okay, so throttling forward is about all I can do. Without comms. I've been very distracted with many games. Nice. What a good life. I guess, yeah, let's come in low over here. So we'll just give this a nudge. And hopefully the decoupling will do the rest for us here. And if not, we can then just adjust. What are the parameters on our contract? Oh, 60% total video imaging science from low space around the moon and 90% in 4 biomes. I wonder if we can get that on the telemetry we're on. That's why we needed to go polar, is just to make sure we can get more biomes. So, never mind. Back to business. And so before we get in the range of Earth Space High, which should be bordered here by Geosat whatever the hell, let's add a maneuver node. Can't because we don't have comms. That's fantastic. So we'll just... Yep, there it is. Now we've got full comms. Let's do this. Add maneuver. Keep eyeing up green hell. What is this green hell you speak of? That sounds interesting. 30 meters per second. Let's do it over here. That works. Let's just give it a little more oomph and we'll just bring it on home. Yeah. I think we got to be above 20 though, right? Something like that. We'd like to be as low space as we can be. Let's double check. Yeah, periapsis above 20, apoapsis below 500,000. So if you could angle into that node, please. We're going to try to do this on RCS, which means I would really love to vent our massive reserve of kerosene and liquid oxygen. We got a good amount of RCS propellant, so we'll see what we can do with we'll do what we can with what we got, and the rest of it we'll put on the decoupler. Oh man, do we have an hour we can kill? We should probably be monitoring our batteries, right? Survival game in the Amazon, another builder. Oh, okay, interesting. Name a few Sea of Thieves. Nice. Flight Sim. Flyout. City Skyline. I've been looking at videos of Flyout, and man, that's dangerous. City Skylines 2. Sweet. Scrap Mechanic. I have been talking myself out of picking that up for a very long time. Euro Truck Sim 2. Trying to figure out DCS. Man, that's awesome. I have I got my 5-year-old interested in Oxygen Not Included. Not because she cares too much about, I don't know, the people or the colony or anything any part of it really. She just likes to be able to like make them dig and build walls. But you know, it's nice that she's interested, and I do appreciate it. It is fun playing a game with her. We've been doing a lot of that. I have been playing Starfield, not as much recently. I keep telling myself, like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to sit down tonight and play some Starfield. But end up playing Oxygen Not Included instead. Because once I don't know. It's all about trying to build the perfect heatsink. She needs Dungeon Keeper. Oh. You. Mmm. Yes. Oh man, I think she would love Dungeon Keeper. Oh, damn it. Now I'm going to have to play a lot of Dungeon Keeper. Okay, so I vastly overestimated what our RCS is capable of here, but again, yeah, we're... Maybe if I had waited longer for more of the locks to boil off. I don't know, what has that bought us? Not much. So once you get your VR headset, you're going to get a game called VTOL VR. Ooh. I mean, it sounds pretty self-explanatory. I'm still very worried that VR is going to make me vomit. Alright, we will probably put off... we'll do what we can here because we're here and we can. Boom, boom. Let's drop that. We'll put this on the kill rotation. Make sure throttle is zeroed. It is. Stage it. Ka-tunk. Alright, let's get this pointed at the sun. Sun down, execute. Execute. Avionics, activate. Boom. There we go. Now we got some torque. There's a hack mod for Euro Truck Sim 2 for VR. Oh. Sweet. That one's running. We don't need. You totally don't need. You don't have anything internal, do you? Do not. Okay, that's fine. It's called Lot Lizards. The VR mod. Alright, let's kill that node, and instead we will plot it, you know, here-ish, add maneuver. Slower we're going, the better. We should probably tip this right up on the edge, right before we start getting pulled down by the moon, because that's when we'll start speeding up. 18.3. Not as good, but we'll take it. I do want to walk that in as close to 20 as possible, because that's going to help us save money on our capture burn. 32. I'll take it. Alright, let's go on and get out to the moon. 3 days. 3 days of traveling. In the meantime, shut down avionics so that it can't start throwing us around like crazy. Batteries are charging. Excellent. And comms are calming. Oof. Brazing. Three days. 2 days. Okay, 7 hours. Almost didn't make it there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it out. Half an hour. And execute next node, please. Oh, wait. Yeah. Activate avionics. A lot of torque on all those little guys. That was probably... I think these are the... I should have used the procedural RCS ports, because I think these are the teeny tiny guys, and they're still just way too much for this little thing. 8.4 out of 8.3. Yeah. Quick. Turn it on and start radioing it in. Let's get credit for the magnetometry, whatever the hell. Nope, not going to do it. Fine. As far as flight sim stuff, you've recently got a new toy, the A330-900 Neo. Ooh, let's order that for 12 hours over 5 flights. Nice. It's on Steam. It's in the beta list. Oh, the VR mod. Boonk. And yeah, our upper stage will impact the moon, and that's good. Shut down. Booyah. How much Delta V we got left? 551. We're coming at 29 kilometers. Perfect. Oh. Shit. We're not going to make it. Oh, we're not going to make it. No, we're not going to make it. Yeah, because we got a apogee apoapsis, sorry, below 500,000. We're already 100 some odd meters per second over budget, and we need to be, where's 500,000? Yeah, so for some, we're looking probably about 700 meters per second total insertion burn. So we'll go ahead and get this into orbit and just enjoy the science that we get from it, but we're going to have to go back and make some changes. On your uniform? Oh man, is that... Probably not, but the first thing that came to mind was Office Space, where she gets fired for having only 13 pieces of flare because it's the minimum. Alright, boom, and turn on telemetry analysis. I think we're fully booted up at this point. Alright, we got this program for replaying your landings. LCnP is a crap built-in one. You land the 330 level watching back and landing, and watching tilted main landing gear tilt slowly down. Very satisfying. Twisted Sister Vin, we're not going to take it. Ah, okay. It's from the actual video. God, it's been a very, very, very long... The only time I've seen that video was on when it was on, I want to say MTV. It was more likely it was on VH1. Back when there was a place on cable television where you could actually see music videos, because the internet wasn't a household thing yet. Oh, I bet. A big bird like that. Alright, 18 hours until burn. We'll at least get some science out of this. It was a good technology demonstrator. And I think, based on how much Delta V we had left on all of our stages for this flight, we can safely up the scientific payload, as well as the fuel budget, and still pull this off on our 350 tonner as it exists. So when this flight's done, we'll go in and make some changes, get some stuff sorted out, I suppose. How are we doing for battery? Excellent. And there's our transfer stage. We're going to just watch it poof out of existence here. VH1 defo. Oh, yeah. Once you get used to taxiing the big whole thing, yeah. And all done. 22 minutes. Let's... Hey, sure. Well, yeah, we're not in time warp. Execute next node before you waste a bunch of propellant trying to angle back into the sun. We don't need that. Periapsis is up to 62 kilometers. Well, a little less than, but okay. And we actually want to dial this node way the hell back because we do not want to burn to completion. We want to leave a little fuel for station keeping, so what does that put us up to? 2.8 mil? Sure, I'll take it. This might be our first legitimate lunar orbiter. Unlocking controls. KSP decided it wanted to minimize itself. That's fun. I enjoy that. Engine ignition. Already gathering some science. That's, yeah, 30 days we'll have a complete loadout from that. Is that biome specific? I'm not sure. Micrometeorite is running, and you are definitely running. Sweet. Watched a vid on the Lancaster takeoff from the bombardier position. Oh, cool. I was my best seat in the house. How long is this burn going to take? 2 minutes? Ugh. Who has 2 minutes to sit here with this? Yeah, we don't have comms because we don't have LOS. Right. Right. Okay, that's fine. And there's our camera tilts for orbital insertion. 338. Wow, those numbers are not numbering very well. Interesting. Surprised how quick the tail wheel got off the ground. Man. So yeah, big old bird like that. And say, oh yeah, now our available delta V is less than our insertion, our node. So we're gonna let this get down to like, I don't know, 20, 30 meters per second. We're gonna cancel it, save that fuel for station keeping, but we'll try to get as much in on the low side as we can. And yeah, let's just shut it down. 34 meters per second. Wow, that is quite a deviation. Remove all nodes. Angle into the sun, please. Only problem I have with it is you keep wanting to fly specific airports with the gates that are large enough for the plane are so ridiculously far from the runway. You can't just taxi to any gate. Oh man. This big beautiful bird is just too big to fit in all these little pedestrian spots. They had to make special ones for you, and it's a shame that they are so far away. Quick save, dummy. Good call. Quick save has been quick saved. And while it does not complete a contract or do anything remotely useful for us, it is, well, it does science. Let's just make sure we can get back into comms once we've got a line of sight with Earth. There it is, and bingo, we have comms. Yeah, I purposely overgained this antenna a bunch so that hopefully when we're doing our far side lunar landing stuff, it'll be able to relay the signal back for us. It's like a 2.5 mile taxi. Oh man, yeah, that's a lot of time to be spending doing that. All right, and cool. Yep, that's going to take 90 days. Hopefully you've got a 90-day longevity in you. We're in space high, which is why magnetic scan's not doing anything. Video imaging won't be doing anything either. What about you? You're running. You've got 90 days. You got 90 days, and we'll pick up a bunch of other stuff in our sweeps through low orbit. So back to the Space Center. Let's go make some changes. Usually limit yourself to 30 minutes on the ground. You know, that's a good rule. It seems odd to spend a disproportionate amount of time on the ground in a game that's entirely about flying. It's going to be hell for you in the Principia on RP1 to install. Yeah, I don't envy that. Not one little bit. Alright. Edit. So if we need 700 meters per second, we should plot for 900 because the numbers just don't like to number very well. It's a flight sim, not a taxi sim, damn it! All right. So first thing, we're gonna drop all this to the side. We're actually gonna space this out a bunch so that when we go to do reattachment, things will be easier for us. Lunacom's mid, save. Except when you do it in edit, it doesn't actually save. These days, there's probably a taxi sim out there. You just taxi, you get it to the runway, you punch up the throttles, and then, you know, congratulations, you win, you're done, hooray! Does that have fuel in it? Both fuels. That's interesting. I must have given up on optimizing, because this has just HTP. These have... oh yeah, no, that has the totality of all the helium we need, plus a little bit of HTP just to make sure everything works. No, there's a ground crew sim. Ah. Your RTX 1080 is dying. Maybe it's because you're playing games meant for like a 240 on a 180. Hey, we'll not have any talk about that. My 1060 is a faithful soldier, and it's going to hang on forever no matter how many games that are ridiculously outclassed for it I decide to run on it. Capiche? Alright, I know one way we can claw back some of that Delta V is to change out these RCS ports for modular ports. So, oh, yep. 4 is the best we get, and we do want to stick with one way. Let's just find restock bear, restock mini, restock shroud. Let's just go with restock mini and drop these as far down as they'll let us go. See how much more efficient that is going to be? I don't even need the extender plates. A ground cruise in this VR. I think I overclocked to the point where you can play RP1 at max graphics and then your RAM dies. I could see that being a thing. Alright. I forgot. Is there a way to... no, I have to do that from the settings. Like where you can zoom in a lot further than normal in the VAB. I know there's a way to do that, and I just forgot to in this save. Do I have those plates that size for a specific reason? It was probably to get the RCS off the solar panels. Something like that. But now, like, that doesn't need to be a plate. It needs to be a stick. And how motivated am I to do something about it? Yeah, the answer is really not much. You can load up Encrypia RP1 in like 2 minutes. Oh man, yeah, okay, I am jealous. That is insanely fast. Is that rod connecting? It's connecting enough. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Let's do the lower ports now. Lock to 90, please. Alright, and for these we want 3 ways. Probably normal-ish 3 ways, although those are just neat looking. Should we do those? We need to have them angled like that. Let's recenter. Do you have an AMD Ryzen 5? It's better than the average and half as good as the best. Yeah, so I'm struggling with an old 7700K at this point. Was not very happy with all of my overclocking shenanigans. Yeah, I think we were at 0.2 with the other ones. Actually, that doesn't look terrible. Kind of matches our theme of exposed things and junky looking crap. Just come at it from the bottom and see if we can tuck this in a little bit, get it out of the plate, and yeah. Alright. Of course, I'm going to have to embiggen those fuel balls. And that does create problems. These are the root part for all of that, aren't they? Dang it. Oh, I've just made so much work for myself. Crash, what if I make you a rocket? I'm not opposed to it. Ampersand has contributed heavily to this install. Yeah, fits the motif and works with the plan, then sure, I'll fly it. Now, if I scooch those up, it scooches those up. But then if I scooch those up, I can scooch them back down. If I scooch this up. So, little scooch, little scooch. Little scooch. Are we clipping into anything? I mean, yeah, but who cares? To know, most likely will crash more than the Vanguard. It will find quite a nice home here, then. Okay, how much Delta V did that save us? It did bring back some. A better place than we were. Alright, so now we're going to have to calculate fuel loads. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to add up what we've got in total. Oh, nope. I'm going to say, I was like, did Kiddo run off with my calculator again? I don't know why she likes to steal calculators. Alright, so we've got 34.4 liters plus parentheses 19.1 times 4 close parentheses equals 110.8. Keep having this annoying thing where KSP tab out and it minimizes. You found a way to stop it. I forgot how to do that. Interesting. Tab out and it minimizes. Wouldn't you want it to minimize? Alright, girdle tank, HP. Let's real quick. Engine, switch to HTP. Let's not forget our controls here. Engine, switch to HTP. Thank you very much. Alright, so we would like this to fill for the thruster. Proc parts. I'm like, am I missing my measurements here? Why don't you put a decoupler nuke in when I send you? I don't have the nuke part, so that won't even load. Alright, first let's find our baseline, which was, what, 110 liters of HTP? Yeah, give or take. So it looks like we basically need to almost double our fuel load. A nuke made out of decouplers. I think you vastly overestimate what my poor computer is capable of as far as part count and animations and explosions at the same time. But I'm happy to try to push it to the limit. Push it to the limit. Alright, 1244.7. How much do we have in here? 1.26, yeah, so it's like 12.6 something, give or take, plus another 17 milliliters. I love how we have units now, and I know what I'm talking about when I say the thing. So, we need to double our fuel load. What's the best way to go about doing that without compromising? Wow, how did we go down to 400? We were at 500. What got ruined here? Hold the phone. How did we end up worse? Did I change something? Or move something? What the fuck? We were at 590 something. I do not understand. Did these honestly weigh more? You can, in fact, make them teeny itty bitty tiny tinies. Alright, well let's do that. And what tech nodes do you have? I tell you what. Towards the end, well actually when we're done finishing this out, I'll make a copy of the save file and upload it to the Discord. Didn't Scott Manley try a rocket made from decouplers? Somebody definitely did. At some point. Someone 100% made rocket from decouplers. Burby, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome. Forgot how much RAM KSP uses. All of it. Without fail. Every last drop. Alright, that is our lower chassis frame. These are probably attached radially to this. Nope, not to that. What are you guys attached to? Huh. Oh, they must be radially attached up here. Perfect. So we'll scooch y'all out to the side and... Oh, really? Yeah, that's attached to the top, so that's going to stay in place. This will not, so let's slide y'all to the side. Are you... Oh my god, I did that with... That was dumb. Crash. 8 gigs of RAM being used, never mind 9. 32 gig on a 12700K. You think you might be alright. I'll say I got 32 gigs on the 7700K and I am definitely not alright. Alright. Also, let's drop this chassis frame down so that we can embiggen this little guy. We basically need to double its capacity. So, hold on a second, let me do the maths here. 1244.7 times 2 is... I must have missed a number. 1244.7 times 2 is 2489.4. You're still running with no lag, KSP and stream. Nice, lucky fucker. So I'll take that out to 300 with a 300. Okay, yeah. Remove all tanks. Tank UI, helium. Wow, we're over budget already. That was easy. So I guess we'll walk back our choices just a little bit. We'll start off at 280 by 280. Oh, 2616. I want to get this probably at about 2500 just to, I don't know, make things easier for us. Oh, the fillet is still at 200 millimeters. No wonder. Yeah, that changed things up real fast. How much of this can we take out without it looking ridiculous? Take down to 260. That puts us at 226. We want to be at 25. So let's take this back up to, you know what, let's just go straight out to 300. And then we'll adjust the fillet to match. Oh wait, we took that full up, didn't we? And we were still over. Ha! Oofda. So again, we'll start at 290. And 2375. Still not quite enough. So 295 it is, because I'd rather not build anything that doesn't have a 5 or a 0 at the back end of it. 2536. Yes! Now we're talking. Till we up that. No, 2500 on the button. Dude, I love it. Alright, so then we're going to come back out here and we're going to type in 2489.4, get it exact, update, and then fill the rest with modular RCS. That way we can get pressurization through the tank. Going to bed before KSP kills your PC for having more than one thing on once. Right on. Thanks for hanging out, Tyrannosaurus Studios. Alright, and then we tuck that in so it doesn't look quite so stupid. Alright, now we need to figure out how much HTP we need. So we're going to do 110.6 times 2 is 221.2. So you know what, we'll up the length of this to 155, just give it an extra little bounce, and then subtract 38.4. Says 182.8 divided by 4. It's 45.7. Oh my gosh. That is a lot more than I thought it would, so hold the phone, never mind. I'm going to have to drastically rethink a lot of this, because getting those to hold 40-something liters is going to make them ridiculously huge. Yeah, 221.2. So what can we do to have this not look stupid? I guess we just up the length on it a bunch. Let's drop this down so that it's not kind of getting in our way. I guess we'll take the outer straight out to 700. This is the one we got some flexibility with. So, all right. It's 222. We want these to be about 25 a piece at max, which means we have to have 100 left over, which means this has to hold 121 liters. That might be asking a bit much for this tank, but let's see what happens. What's our outer on this? If we can match that diameter, it's 1 meter solid. Oh, that's going to have to change a bunch too, because this thing's going to weigh roughly twice as much. 143, excellent. We can drop the length down a bit. Has to be, what, 121-ish? Yeah, we'll just take it out to 175. Right? Cool. Hideous. Our donut plate. Tuck that there. So we're gonna have to change some of our architecture here. I'm sorry, I didn't want this to take this long, but here we are. Things are just gonna be that way, I suppose. All right. So 125.3, so minus 125.3 equals 95.9 divided by 4 is 23.9. So let's just round up, go to 24. So this needs to hold 24 liters. Let's try 350. Yeah, hey, look at that. That's already 25. So as we increase the fillet, oh, nope, I already went past it. We want to be right about 24, right? There we go. You know, doesn't look too terrible. Although we got to get our valve out of it now. Great. Can't. Fuck. Let's try this. Nope, because they're all going to move together. So, good job, Cosmo. You done fucked it up again. Alright, so we tuck the engine in. We want the doohickeys exposed so that we can run our plumbing to it. Even though we can't really get to our plumbing, although if we approach it from down here, yeah, there it is. Lock to 90, that should reset it right up top. There we go. And we've got our top chassis, which needs to have that inner ring reformatted to 295. So take that out to 300 and take, it has to be 305 because it's got to be at least 10 millimeters thick, right? Boom, 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 boom. And then that little guy there. We'll just set you at 300. That'll look good enough. Okay. That should still mount the engine pretty well. You just gotta make it fit. Okay, yeah, that still collars the engine pretty well there. I have to say, it's the weirdest looking I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm doing what I can. Doing what I can. Dalek, got it. Dalek. I thought that's what you meant. wasn't quite sure, but now we know. All right, and so these bars, the bottom D needs to come out. Yeah, we're at 1.1, so we can drop the length, I guess, and bring it back to 1 meter, because this is, yeah, 1 meter. Usually it's like a new record load time of 3 minutes. 3 minutes exact. Wow, nice. Alright, so those bars are supposed to meet this thing. But in the well, real quick, before we get into fixing that, this ring here needs to be adjusted. Outer. Boom. Oh, y'all aren't even centered anymore, are you? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Boop, there we go. Yeah, about, what was it? It was 350 on the button, wasn't it? So we'll drop that down. Just, yep. What are you stream plans for Christmas period? Not much of a change, really. Should be pretty well the same. There's probably, I don't know, I might miss one, but I'll know at least a little bit in advance and be able to give y'all a heads up about it. I'd say generally not much of a change, really. I think, anyway. Oh, that was extra dumb. Wiggled it on the wrong side. Yeah, it looks line-up-y-ish. There we go. That should be pretty well and good. Alright. Fuel balls are connected. And so I guess we, I don't know how much of this lower chassis we're going to need. Or really, we expand everything out and then we make these tip in instead of out to accommodate the new load, I guess. Nope, outer was the one I meant to adjust. 891 1.1. The inner, let's take you up to 1. Drop that down. Okay. Top D, dink, dink, dink. Dink. These are, yeah, these are the ones where I need to get more specific, but won't. Top of 1. And yeah, it's going to be up here, so your bottom probably also needs to be 1. This is going to get weird fast, and I'm real sorry. Yeah, and of course now all of my angles are off. That's just great. Let's size this up on the actual assembly so that we know what we're actually dealing with here. I actually want you about like that. So yeah, everything's all cattywampus now. Yeah, those strut bars can't be going through at that angle because they clip the tank. Solution would be then to mount this here and have a different structural bracer going up north from that. And that actually almost lines up pretty well with the rest of the way of how we want it to be. We can take this bottom back in because that's actually supposed to be in there somewhere like that. And same with this little guy. Yeah, there's going to be some small changes here. Damn it, why didn't I fix my zoom in thing? Meh. I guess my viewing angle is just way off because these need to come out more. Dang it. I should have just left it alone. Yeah, that looks much better. Sorry, y'all. There we go. And we'll make up for that extra length that needs to happen right there. Sweet. Okay, so that's that stuff. Now I guess we'll put the... Oh, wait. What were... Oh, yeah. We need to have an intermediary between this strut piece and that strut piece. So I think, yeah, those are... If we just unhook that, we should be in a pretty good space to do that. Let me hit save just to make sure we don't screw anything up. And grab that, set it aside. Copy you, and make sure we're only getting one. So many things for it to bolt to. I hope that's correct. Top of one. Excellent. Let's shore up that. Now, you know what? Let's drop the length way out so that we can see our connections and make them cleanly. Yes, like so. Brilliant, is it not? It is not. Don't worry. It's okay. So first thing we'll do here is scooch that up to kind of blend the bars in, maybe a little. Not really, but you know, we're trying here. That actually should be a little, you know what we'll do? We'll just take the outer of this out a little bit more just to kind of cover the rest of that bar there. Probably not that much though. Just enough. We still have to maintain mass, right? Don't laugh. And then tuck this in. There we go. You know, hey, that's not all that terrible. Honestly. I think we did okay, y'all. We'll just... I'm not going to deal with the fueling lines right now. I've wasted entirely too much of y'all's time as it is. So, what is our current vessel mass? 0.653, and we are tuned for 450. Oh, wait a minute. Do we have any updates we can make here? No. No, we do not. That was a silly question. Oh, wait. Battery 2. There's one. Yeah. Alright, so we need to get this up to like 650. Gosh, we added a lot of mass. Oh, man. Okay. I should... We're going to do all this only to figure out that we no longer have the ability to actually transfer to the moon. 0.646. Ah, we're under. Dang it. 0.65 at 97. We've got metric butt tons of space here. How the fuck does that work? 99.9. Just leave it alone, Cosmo. You don't need to push the optimization quite that hard. Okay. I was going to do something with science, but I'm really kind of like, meh. Should we send the infrared radiometer? I don't know. We're kind of, honestly, I'm thinking, oh no, we have to have that on board to get the science. So you know what? Let's just leave it alone. Let's be done. Oh, power. Let's check for power. Electric charge on the moon is super perpetual. That's awesome. Avionics are probably shut down, but okay. Yeah, we're going to leave the gain on the antenna alone. Video imaging, yeah, we're still way overpowered. So if we have to find a place to cut, solar panel is it. Do we have an update on the tech? No, still at Tech 1. What about comms? Part communication. Tech 2, okay. We can also dial back the comms, I suppose. Alright, save. Let's do some reassembly and make sure our Delta V numbers still make some sense here. Oh god, yeah, our transfer to the moon looks great at 4,700 meters per second. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 point. Yeah, we're good. We're super good. We could go a lot. We could probably go up to a solid ton on this if we really felt it necessary. But I think we'll be okay. Oh, stupid. Don't be stupid, stupid. Let's throw the fairings back on it. Call it a day. No, just you. Don't hit shift. We built a rather reasonable facsimile of a spacecraft today. You're still set to HTTP. Fantastic. Save. Alright, and oh, before we attach those, let's tool the avionics. 16,000 cheese and rice. Original 9.35 edited 0. How much is the rest of the tooling going to cost us? 17,000. It's not, we bought it once, let's buy it again. Why not? I'm sure the diameters will come in useful at some point, probably. I only want to do one for right now, make sure everything fits. It does, fantastic. Slap it all back together, put the fairings in their own stage, hit save a few more times, and then hit save edits. 61 days until we can fly that mission. What shall we do with ourselves until then? Alright, what do we have coming down the pipeline next? Our 350-ton pad will be done. Is it? No, still May. We got a little while to wait until our crew comes back and is ready to do much. I think the 6th of June we can attempt to fly our crewed flight again. Oh yeah, and for Alpha will be done. Let's go ahead and fly that mission since it's before anyone else is ready anyway. Yeah, let's hit duplicate on you, just because I'd rather build another one of these than the Moonshot 9, which is kinda useless. So we'll start that rollout. Oh hey, 1960 orbital rocketry tech is going to be done in 12 hours. That's when we get to upgrade stuff. Okay, and launch. Oh, I think this was one of the easier flights where we just had to get to like a 500,000 by 500,000 orbit. And then we're done. I hope that's the case, because man, I gotta pee. Not you, not you, not you. Infrared radiometry. Okay, apogee below 1 million, perhaps just above 500,000. Eccentricity below 0050. So yeah, circular orbit above 500,000. Should we attempt just to launch straight to it? Do we? We don't have an upper stage on this. Just the RCS. So yeah, I guess that must have been the intention. Let's put this at 501. Orbit current. Yeah, F it. Do your thing. Oh, wait. Is there an eccentricity requirement? Or not eccentricity, a inclination. Ooh, no, but there is lots and lots and lots of biomes that we have to cover, so maybe we go to, I don't know, let's do 55 degrees and see if we can pull that off. I'm going to hit a quick save here, just in case we can't, for whatever reason. Alright, and engage autopilot and ignition. Yes! Green on the board, the 108 is running, clamps off, and we are going. I'm going to put this into pretty mode, sort of. And I'm going to go hit the little cosmonauts room, and I will be back in just 1 minute. Alright, I have returned. Pretty mode is still very pretty. Wow, yeah. Our budget for remaining Delta V after orbital insertion is pretty ridiculous. More than 1 kilometer per second, so yeah, no wonder we didn't have an upper stage. Looks like we're not going to need it, so we got that going for us. Alright, 46 seconds until stage set. Hopefully we won't be seeing the backflips, although I guess we got plenty of margin if it decides it wants to do some kick spins. It is pitching down rather aggressively. Survive in orbit for 2 months. Did I validate that the solar panel... Oh, wait, that's not even what we're doing. Survive in orbit for 7 days. Yeah, I hope. Man. Considering how much excess Delta V we have on this, I really, really hope I oversize the solar panel to deal with that. That is some aggressive pitching you're doing, buddy, considering your apogee's only 167. I told you to go to 500. No. Insufficient avionics? Oh. Well, that's fun. You wanna sort your life out here, friend? Maybe? Oh, great. Now we have a negative number. Fuck me. Of course. Booster engine, why have you done this to us? And what's up sideways, really? I did not see sideways coming. Oh, the 105 with your immensely impressive gimbaling abilities. No matter how hard we steer against this, it just does not matter, does it? Alright, let's kick off the fairings. This is very interesting. It looks like it's making almost... Oh no, it's pinned hard, so it is attempting to do something. So our antenna, radiometry is running. That's nice. If you could stop pointing exactly retrograde, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, okay, yeah. Sort your life out, mate. Look at your life. Look at your choices. Yeah, you're gonna have to Why was it so aggressively pitching down, I wonder? Maybe we try to restart this and try the attach altitude to 500 and see if that doesn't give us a better result. Or MechJeb was just trying really, really, really hard to maximize that horizontal velocity on the last couple of seconds there, that booster stage. Getting some of that juicy, juicy TWR to work. Yeah, allegedly we're going to be 2 kilometers per second short, but I want to see how this susses out before we revert to launch, which is 100% in the works. Man, that's ridiculous. We're just going to get to sausage deployment here while we deal with a very nice slow barbecue roll, I guess. Huh. Oh, I forgot to upload my craft file like I said, or not craft file, my save file like I said I was going to do. Oh yeah, those aren't even the toned down sausages, those are the aggressive sausages. You're way overshooting now. So you went from I need to aggressively pitch down to I need to aggressively pitch up. I do not like your guidance choices, MechJeb. They really just don't make a lot of sense to me sometimes. Like, you've got the wherewithal and you've got the speed. No, you don't anymore. I'm gonna make you fly down the horizon because I really just I don't like your choices. You're gonna spend a lot of time being way high on your AOA, only to finish it up by being way low on your AOA, where you should just split the middle. Gotta hit the hay. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Right on, Dave. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next week. Get some good rest. All right. Revert to launch. We're going to try the attach altitude and see if that doesn't get us a better, I don't know, a not so kick spinny launch. One attach altitude. Let's take this down to no, we can leave it at 55. We got delta V for miles. Miles and miles and miles of delta V. And you know what? We'll put in 501 here too, because why not? Deal with it. Engage autopilot and ignition. We're going to remove our stop at stage 3. Just so I can, I don't know, pay attention even less. I'd like to see a nice, long, high lob on this booster, and we use the much more efficient 105 to get us into actual orbit. The heck is that PVG after stage setting? Wait, what? My QA limit is not what it should be. This should be like 1600. I mean, it's at 1, isn't that by default? I'm not so sure. Okay, here's with the overly aggressive booster pitch thing again. Or maybe I'm just looking at it in Fizz Warp. Hey Simev, how's it going? Good to see you. Trying to figure out how not to kickflip this one. It isn't enabled by default. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's different. That's a lot different. Boom! Don't you kick spin? What are you doing? This is like the slowest kick spin I've ever seen. Where are you going and why? Don't. Come on, boyo. Excellent. Fairings are away. Now get your ass back to prograde. By some stretch of the imagination, if you could please actually do this one dumbass orbit for me, that'd be great. Alright, little deviation. Looks like we got it under control. Not as bad as last time. It isn't enabled by default. That's really interesting. I could have sworn it was. Or maybe someone has told me to click the box, because Lord knows I'm far too stupid to do any of the things in this box by myself without being explicitly told to do it by someone who I just assume knows more than me. I'd say 99.95% of the time is 100% correct, but, you know, here I am. Alright, let's make sure this thing, yep, is running. Fantastic. Looks like we're actually headed to our target altitude. Let's monitor our sausage. Still coming up with plenty of margin on the board. As long as we get a good circularization, we should be okay. Probably. So far, so good. Oh yeah, we can go back into Fizz Warp now. So we have another Kerbal to kill. I'd like to get that mission off the ground before, in the next 20 minutes or so. I should have put an orbital perturbation thing on this so we could try to clear up that little, no, because it doesn't go into space high. Never mind. Yeah, and here's the massive pitch down because you flew up way too dang high. Buddy. Good day, sausage. Now that is a highly aggressive pitch down. Okay. Whatever you need to do, MechJev. As long as you got margin on the board, I'm okay with it. Carry on. I wonder how many of my flights have been absolutely untenable because I had PVG after stage 1 selected. There's a camera change. Aha, 510 by 490. So close. Alright. RCS to arm, ascent guidance go away. Thank you for your service. And tunk. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, circularize at, I guess, apogee. Why not? Is your avionics enabled? Yeah, your avionics doesn't turn off, so yes. Create node, 36 meters per second. Execute next node, please. I made the RCS ports teeny tiny to save mass. There they are. Why I didn't tuck them in there with those things is a real good question. I should have done that. It would have looked way better. Well, that was a decision that was made. Now here we are. With no roll control. But my helium and my HTP is all in one tank, so Simev can't smite me. On this mission, at least. Yeah, I guess we could just try to boost our periapsis a little bit to get it above the 500,000 minimum. Why do these keep expanding when I don't want them to? Yeah, well, I mean, that's basically going to do this. If our stuff gets within range, then, maybe we maybe we shut it down to conserve fuel. Kurgit, how's it going? Hello! Welcome! Good to see you. It's been a long time since I saw you pop up in chat. Very much enjoyed your IVA stuff. Series, tutorial. Anyway, it's entertaining. Very well done. Thank you for putting that up. Okay, I'll say we had a bump of throttle and then it stopped, and I don't know what exactly happened, but here we are, and this is going to take for goddamn ever. Alright, we're above 500k. We just got to get our eccentricity below 0050. We're currently at 0090, so that's a thing. Monitor fuel consumption. Oh, buddy. So this looks like what we're doing for about the next 45 to 50 minutes. Just going to keep an eye on eccentricity. And, we'll abort the node when we have to, I guess. Because, wow, long burn. Yeah, Apogee staying relatively stable, and periapsis is coming up, but I think, I don't know, once we get to about the 6-minute mark, we're going to scrub this node and, I don't know, I guess just fire at periapsis to lower apoapsis to be within spec. Yeah. Abort node execution. Boom. And we have comms? We do have comms. Circularize at next periapsis. Create node. 21.4 meters per second, pointing in the exact same direction. In 40 minutes. Half a lap. How much battery we got? Yeah, looking pretty good. We'll just hit execute next node. We'll keep an eye on the battery. We'll keep an eye on the fuel. Maybe I just manually slammed the throttle 2 minutes ahead of time. Oh, you are still spinning. Good job, buddy. Glad to see you back. Been hard to find free. Phrasing. Stream between work and life. How's this career going? Oh, about the same. That's full of absolute ridiculousness at every opportunity. It's going. It's going. But glad to see that you found a free hole to pop in on. Alright, abort node execution. We're face to the node, peg the throttle, and Godspeed, I guess. Gonna need it. I'll say it's 75% me being over eager and inattentive, and 25% Agathorn kicking me in the teeth. I don't know. And somewhere in there, there's a non-negligible percentage of just weird. Like I have a consistent mismatch between displayed delta V and the actual amount of delta V I can obtain from a vessel. Oh hey, our eccentricity is within spec. Is the contract checking it off yet? Nope, not quite. So we'll just wait for the check mark to appear. Anytime now. We haven't even made a dent in our fuel, so... Ding! There it is. Throttle back. Let's give it an extra little bump just to make sure we're well within spec. And now we're going to camp on it for like a week. We call it the Cosmo Cocktail. I'm glad there's now a name for it. let's get this thing into the sun. Sun down, execute. Wait, do you still play the Dinosaur RP1 series sometimes? I haven't in a very long time. It's this, I don't know, this grand intersection of I lost maybe 2 episodes of footage and was really upset that I couldn't recover it. There's also, I don't want to play it if I'm not going to record it, and I don't really have time to just like sit down and play it like while recording. And even if I did, I don't have time to like edit it into episodes that I'm like happy with. I think like the last year or so that I was running that series, it was basically just a sped up version of dumped Twitch footage. And honestly, I just wasn't very happy with I don't know, I guess the quality of the episodes, or like what I was doing with it. And so like, man, I would love to go back and play it, because I did have some things that were stirring in the pot that I was really eager to get to at the time, but I don't want to play it and record it because I won't have time to edit it. So like, no one will ever see it. So like, what's the point? And there's also that like, even if I did do all that, there's like 5 or 6 hours of gameplay that I'm just missing of stuff that, you know, happened and was, you know, I guess worth talking about, that's just gone. And so I should go back, revert to an earlier save file, and like redo that, but that just sounds daunting and awful and tedious. And yeah, like I would love to have more time to edit videos and make something I'm actually like happy about and proud of, but it's just not there right now. And there's, you know, a chance that later on in life, my situation, things, scheduling, work, balance, whatever will shift, and I will have that time again. But that time is just not right now. You know, thank you for understanding. Say, yeah. People who actually have done, you know, uploads tend to be much more forgiving about it. Alright, yeah. Infra Alpha Pro batteries are gone. We expected that because it has next to nothing, but it looks like oh, come on. No more, yes, we know. I just wanna, oh yeah, it looks like we are bleeding out the battery very slowly, I hope. And we got 5 more days to go. Eek. Solar panel should have been a bit bigger, eh? Should have launched into a sun-synchronous orbit, eh? Yeah, so now we're down to 4 days, and we've got just a smidgen of that battery left. And the minute that battery dies, we fail this flight. The other alternative here is, that's already off. We can't shut down the avionics. We can shut down the science. That will save us some battery usage, but let's see if it's going to be enough. Nope, we go up 1 and down like 6. That really does not charge that battery very well at all. That's very interesting. We got oogles of Delta V on this flight. We can build another one and kick the scale of that solar panel up and give us a little bit more battery to work with. I guess I should have been angling that into the sun from the word go, just to maintain that battery charge. Because yeah, this thing, it's not going to make it to the 7 days, that's for sure. Oh hey, we only got 2 more days to go. Huh. That sucks. We're gonna be real down to the wire with this, aren't we? You motherfucker. We got another, yeah, still 2 days. Not gonna make it. Forks. Not sure I really want to be bothered with this thing turning on and off all the time. Oh, that's super duper fun. All right, back to the Space Center before we fail something else today. What else can we fail? We're going to jump into the VAB real quick and edit up a version of that. Probably with deep space avionics, so they'll shut down and we'll do a little better that way. All right, yeah. And edit. And that's why we built the backup, I guess. All right, let's suss this out right quick, shall we? Boom, boom. And let's space this out ever so slightly and tuck you to the side. Right, so both of those experiments are required. You don't have an, you dummy. Why you got a 30 dB antenna on the inside? Deep space, switch to basics, there we go. And yeah, we're gonna have to scale this out a whole bunch.